Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time to continue on with Down the Rabbit Hole, Wings of Redemption. Now, I have 3 parts of this already up on DSPGaming. If you didn't see them yet, I strongly recommend you watch them first. I doubt this part would make sense in chronological order if you're watching it first before the others. If you're watching them all in tandem, like back to back, and you're wondering why am I not dressed up silly like an idiot like I was earlier, it's because it's a totally new session for me. I actually had a nice break, a nice dinner, coming back to finish this up tonight per viewer request. But now it's a new stream. We got new goals in effect, as you can see at the bottom, for tips and the like. And that's why if we hit those goals, then people will be choosing a hat, a vest, and all the silly stuff again. But as of now, we're starting fresh. All right? All right. So we had left off where basically Wing's friends kicked him off of the Painkiller Already podcast. Publicly, the reason was because he had told them he was going to go on some kind of a survival adventure trip with them. But then he denied it or dropped it at the last minute, said he wasn't going. So they said, oh, that's the reason to kick him off the show. Well, what just happened was there was a big reveal that actually behind the scenes, supposedly for years and years, Wings had been doing all kinds of dishonest things with them and kind of doing stuff that was negative and hurting them. For example, apparently there were people who were like trying to hurt them, saying really nasty, disgusting, toxic things about them and their families online. And Wings was like, collaborating with them. He was helping them out with their content. He had donated to one of them on a stream or something like that. In addition to that, there was just basically they kind of like all of a sudden, I guess later on after they kicked him off the podcast, Pandora's box opens and you find out that all this stuff supposedly was happening behind the scenes all along. Now, how much do you believe? How much do you not? This documentary is essentially just presenting all the facts. The facts are the people that were on the Painkiller Already podcast said it happened. Can you really corroborate that it did or not? I don't know, but I'm just going based on, what's in the documentary and what they said was happening, okay? If you want my whole take on that situation, I gave it at the very end of part 3, and now we're going to start up. This looks like this is a whole new segment of the show, so we're going to continue on. Thank you to Jay Hale for a $20 tip. He says, the Wings reaction is great. You should keep doing this series. Thank you, Jay, for the support tonight. I appreciate that. And so far, yeah, I would say overwhelming positivity in regards to this. And as I said, we will talk about, possible future plans soon. But in the meantime, let's pick up right where we left off. Ready? Here we go.
Attempting to buoy his view count, he utilized clickbait titles for his videos and would comment on national news and drama, even talking about an incident when Chris Chan pepper sprayed a GameStop employee. He would also upload videos of himself playing games besides competitive first.
If you're wondering why he's brought that up, it's because he also did a documentary on Chris Chan, Frederick Knudsen, who this is the video we're watching. So again, how he referenced me at the very beginning, because he made a video on me, well, he's doing cross-referencing to his other works. There you go.
Person shooters, but these would consistently underperform, with some of them never reaching more than 10,000 views. He struggled maintaining his workout routine and diet, halting and then restarting both multiple times. His personal trainer, Drew, would occasionally cameo to talk about Jordy's progress, his goals, and the workouts he was doing, but Jordy's attitude had turned dour.
This week, Brandy, I don't know if you guys remember Brandy, but Brandy was my last girlfriend. She basically went into a relationship with another guy, and it's like, man, that shit sucks, dude. As you can see my luck firsthand, like, if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Jordan family motto.
Now, I gotta ask a question. Why would he say this publicly? Like, I don't know the story. Was his ex, like, a public figure where she had her own channel and stuff, and she talked about it, and it was public knowledge? Or is he, like, dropping this tea, spilling this tea for the first time in his content? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case, no, that's bad. That's, again, as I said on the previous parts, you keep your personal shit separate, right? And the fact that he's using this in his video as a talking point, I think is kind of messed up. If you want, okay, we broke up, big deal. Oh, she's going out with another guy. Wait, what? What the fuck does that have to do with you, your content, or anything that I'm watching? Like, what is going on, right? So, I don't know. I don't know what the case was, because this doesn't explain it, okay? A couple more shout-outs. Franklin Thorpe did another $10 tip. He said, I laughed you didn't like my Wild Wings analogy. What's your favorite wing sauce flavor at Buffalo Wild Wings? I've only been to Buffalo Wild Wings like 2 or 3 times. I think they have like a sweet barbecue that was pretty good, but it's so many years ago, I really don't know off the top of my head. Thank you for the tip there. And Little Crow X Gaming to the super chat saying, "Can I do an impression? My best look here, look, listen, appearing offline impression." We only very heard at the. I was just saying this actually right before I was going to resume. I said, "Here we are. We're more than an hour and a half now into this thing, and where are the memes? Besides Bog 1v1, we haven't heard any of the Wings memes, right? I'm wondering if they're going to all drop at the end." Because every day you get people coming here with the memes, the Wendy's chili, and the chicken tendies, and the freaking look here, look, listen. And we've only seen one snippet of it in the very intro and nothing else. I hope we're going to get to them because that was kind of what I was hoping for in this documentary, was to get some frame of reference. And right now, I'm kind of left hanging. Okay. Anyway. Little Crow, I would drop one if I heard it and I knew what it sounded like. I only heard it once at the beginning and I forgot already. I want to hear it again, so hopefully it does come up. People are saying the memes happened more recently. All right, so maybe we'll get to it now. Ponage 101 did a $6 tip. He says, "It's good you changed the sub-only mode duration from 24 to 48 hours, especially when it came unannounced. Definitely a way to derail trolling." Exactly. I knew people were making troll accounts to come in here, and I put the kibosh on that shit, so no worries there. And River City Chosen One tipped $10. Says, "Do you understand the comparisons to Wings, or do the comparisons still confuse you?" You didn't even give me an example of what you're talking about. So, I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Thanks for the tip. As I said, I think I have a lot of things that relate to him. I really do. I feel like his history and my history, there's things that are relatable for sure. I don't think there's parallel things. He's a very different content creator, very different person than I am. But you could definitely see, you know, stupid shit that happened to him, stupid shit that happened to me, things that we did that were dumb, that basically we're not living down, you know what I mean? I can understand that, but we're definitely not the same fucking person. Like, far, far, far from it. Okay, let's continue.
At this point, Keemstar had turned Drama Alert from an occasional
Oh, not
Twitter
again!
post to a full...
No, come on. 4 times? 4 fucking times we gotta talk about Keemstar in this? This is pissing me off, man. I'm seriously had enough of this shit. I don't want to fucking hear about Keemstar again. I gotta read what this says here. Rings of Redemption. "I haven't done a video in a week. I know what people want is a happy video. Any video I present with happiness will be fake. Seems I go to happy to sad between videos that isn't the truth. It's just some days I'm willing to fake being happy and some days I'm not. I'm at a state in life that only means income. The only means of income is YouTube videos, but I'm afraid of making YouTube videos because of comments. Every time you make a tough love comment, it does nothing but make me not want to make videos because of his depression. My #1 defense mode is to ignore things I don't like. I miss when I had 1,000 subs and every comment was... Wait. I miss when I had 1,000 subs. Oh, 1,000 maybe on Twitch. That's right. He was streaming on Twitch at this time. And every comment was how interesting the commentary was or questions about how I played that certain game. I feel what happened is the core fan base grew up and got their own lives. Then they were replaced with new kids who were a little less patient. The comments of nice God play Wings, maybe nice guy, was replaced with fat camper and so on. I know people look at me as a failure and so do I. I want to say this: at no point do I feel good about failing at weight loss, or do I want to take... I guess he officially failed then, at this point. Do I want to take the easy way out? I feel defeated in every sense of the word, sense of the word, and getting out of bed is a chore for me at this point. So, okay. So what I'm understanding now is he gets to a point where he just doesn't want to even do anything, right? He's at the bottom. He's got no relationship. He's got people constantly making fun of him online. Pretty much he's not feeling any positivity whatsoever being thrown his way. I can personally say I understand this feeling, but at the same time, I'm lucky. I never... Oh, you're right. I forgot the gunner glasses. Thanks, guys. I'll put them on. I never got that low, for sure. Like, I've been down there when, you know, the height of this is how you don't play, when people were hitting me with false copyright strikes left and right. And yeah, the year when everything went bad for me, my personal life as well, and basically I was living here alone, and things were really fucked up. Yeah, that was a really low time for me. But even through all of that, I always felt positivity from you guys. I mean, I want to definitely shout out my core fan base who watches me. I know many of you may be watching this video or not. My core fan base is super supportive. They're here no matter what. They don't care about any bullshit's going on, what people are saying or doing to me or saying about me. They're here to just chill and have a good time, whether it's gaming, whether it's chilling and just talking, whatever it is. And they got me through a lot. They really did. Like, that was a year of my life that things were falling the fuck apart at every turn. And they were there for me. You know what I'm saying? And I super duper appreciate that. It sounds to me like, sadly, he didn't have that, right? Like, it sounds to me like his whole fan base turned against him at this point, and he just has nowhere to go or anything to do, but he has to just keep doing it for a job. For me, I always still had passion for doing this, and in fact, it was that worst year of my life. Well, yeah, I guess it could spell. I guess probably about a decade before that was quite bad too. One of the worst years of my life, when I decided to change from being just on-demand videos on YouTube to a full-time interactive live streamer. That changed everything, because now I had direct interactions with my viewing audience on a daily basis, when previously it was just like on-demand videos, you see? But he didn't have that. It sounds to me like he would turn on a stream or he would make videos, and it would be like, negative, 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 no support, no one saying good job, no one enjoying what he's doing, negative, 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 negative. That gets to you, man. That absolutely positively fucking gets you. That shit breaks you down. So I'm really sad to hear this part of the story. Goji Tanks did a $4.20 tip saying he's the third strike king. Good for you. Let's continue.
Show, and on October 2nd, 2014, a post that Jordy made was featured.
I've played with the idea of waiting my money out and shooting myself in the head. I even bought a hollow point bullets to do it with.
As Jordy continued to struggle, he would occasionally post to his social media.
Why is that being read? Why is Keemstar reading that on his fucking show in an accent trying to make fun of him? Seriously, why? Why? What productive purpose does that serve, right? Besides making someone who already has some kind of mental illness feel worse. What a fucking piece of shit.
About thoughts of suicide, such as in a Facebook post on October 13th, 2014, that read in part, quote, "I don't joke around about stuff like that. I don't want to kill myself, and you don't kill yourself for attention, you do it to escape pain. Life was and still is a huge disappointment full of pain." Attached to the post was a picture of a package of bullets. Hoping to rebuild his career, he started a new podcast in February of 2015 titled The Podcast Show, which surprisingly featured White Boy 7th Street, one of those who had joined for Keemstar's stream a few years prior. However, as the months continued, this show would lose viewership as well, dipping from 40,000 views to 13,000 by August.
Yeah,
this reflected an overall trend on his channel. That same month also saw his Let's Plays sometimes netting less than 3,000 views. All of this was in spite of his subscriber count of approximately 450,000, which had decayed from 510,000. Even his video...
Hey, he had way more than me. Just to this day, I haven't even hit 200K yet. Although my channel has a ridiculous amount of total views, but that's neither here nor there. Very respectable subscriber count, you know, especially for the kind of content that he was doing for the longest time.
Videos which featured FPS gameplay would struggle to pass 15,000 views, while others would never reach it. By this point, it was clear that Jordy would not be rejoining the regular Painkiller Already hosts, though he would still be invited occasionally for uneventful discussion. As he lost motivation, he would both upload and stream less, continuing into 2016.
Because around January 2013, I stopped trying as hard. I was worn out. I was posting 3 videos a day. I was doing the most I could, and my entire life revolved around numbers. What killed my channel was me. I pretty much killed my channel because I allowed myself to become so obsessed with money that I never took time out to enjoy myself. And
I got to give a giant thumbs up, and I got to give a lot of credit to him for admitting something like that, because it took a long time for me to kind of look at my channels and say, yeah, the reason why there was a sharp decline in my viewership is because I stagnated. I was doing the same thing over and over. I wasn't innovating. I wasn't listening to constructive criticism. Yes, there's definitely a trolling element that hurt me, but absolutely a lot of the reason why my channel went into a big decline is because I wasn't adapting. He's admitting I was so focused on the money, on the numbers aspect, I didn't make it entertaining anymore. Good on him. Good on him for actually admitting his shortcomings and mistakes and not making excuses.
It molded me into a person that I didn't like.
Attempting to explain himself, he released a video on August 26th, 2016 called "I'm Going to the Doctor."
The fuck happened?
So, you might be asking me like, well, Jordy, what are you up to lately? You don't really do YouTube that often. You know, you stream rarely. The last couple of years, I've developed this thing called anxiety, and I never used to have it, but now it hits me in waves.
As 2017 came, his uploads continued to dwindle along with his viewership, and this coincided with an increase in his weight again. Where he had once been approximately 380 pounds, he now was approximately
Shrink that for a
470
second.
pounds, and he was beginning to complain about his back pain more.
Showing this.
He had been discussing bariatric
Okay.
surgery as a method to reduce his weight for many
Bariatric
years, but as
surgery.
his weight continued to increase, this surgery grew more and more appealing, and he soon began to see it as the only way to improve his life, believing that he could not have any job besides making gaming content at his current weight.
So he got so heavy, so he lost the weight during that event that he did with his friends, right? He lost like a good, what'd they say, like 40, 50 pounds. He tried to keep it off, couldn't, which I said exactly what was going to happen. He was going to hit the wall. He was never going to be able to keep it off because he just has enablers around him, right? Then he continues to get more depressed and gets heavier and heavier and heavier to the point where now he feels like he's sick and he needs to do something drastic. Bariatric surgery. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, correct me, everyone. Isn't bariatric surgery when you actually have is it your stomach made smaller? I don't know exactly how it works, but essentially they do something so that your everything is like smaller, so you can't even eat that much. If you try to eat too much, you get sick because you have a smaller stomach, and therefore it's like forcing you to eat less than lose weight. Or is that something different? They remove a piece of your stomach so you can't hold down as much food, says Ellipsian. Is that true? It forces you to eat less if you try to barf. You cut out a part of your stomach so you eat lesser, so you don't eat much and you lose weight. So basically, if you can't mentally get yourself to exercise and stop eating, this is a physical way to force it. Okay. I'm just trying to understand it. Okay.
What's more, another aspect of his financial situation was slowly coming to be known.
I don't know what that
For
list
some
was.
time, Jordy had been paying for his mother's mortgage on the modular home.
Oh, boy.
She had promised Jordy that once he was finished paying it for her, she would give it to him. He had even boasted that he had made the last payment on the mortgage in a video on October 23rd, 2014. But at some point, once the mortgage was paid off, she went back on her word, and instead of giving the house over to Jordy,
my
she took out a
God.
second mortgage and promised Jordy that this time, once he had paid off the new mortgage, he would receive the house, and so he continued to pay.
This guy has... What the fuck? Is this serious? What? The fuck? What kind of shit is this? This guy has the worst people in his life. Then again, I guess his grandmother did shove her fingers up his ass to pull out a crooked turd or whatever that they talked about earlier. And maybe she said that was the breaking point or something. But, wow. So not only was he previously supporting his girlfriend, or his ex-girlfriend, and her family, and then he kicked them out, but he was paying for basically his whole family. He was paying for the house with this money. Now that's where his YouTube money was going every month. It was going to this house, right? And then he pays it off, and then there's what the fuck is that? Okay, now, I mean, of course, not that I'm saying that this was possible, but holy fuck, dude. If that ever happened to me, I'd be like, okay, so here's what you can do. All right, you can go fuck yourself. I never want to talk to you ever again in your entire life. I'm done with you. You're dead to me. I'm moving the fuck out. I'm getting my own apartment with my own YouTube money. I'm not dealing with you ever again. That is the most scumbag move, right? But then again, we don't know exactly 100% if this is the situation or not, right? We don't. We're just basing it off of what we're seeing in this video or what we're hearing. We don't actually know what's going on. Was this actually what happened, or is this a half story, right? I don't know. If this story is 100% true, if we're to believe everything we're being told in this documentary, that is fucked up beyond belief, and I can't believe that he would still even be speaking with someone like that and or having them part of his life, and that if he's paying this fucking second mortgage, oh my fucking God. So, fuck. The crunchiest onion tipped $1.50. In terms of stagnation and not adapting, I think a lot of new viewers right now would be shocked how long it took you to adapt to direct capture. It took a long time. We're not talking about my history here, but I was using a camera and pointing it at a television from the years of 2008 through the year of 2013. Yeah, 5 years. I fucking pointed a camera like an asshole. I was an idiot. Rusty Edwards sent me $4.20. Do you think your wife would react to some things with you as well? I'd love to hear her take. My wife is not part of my content, as I've explained many times. She's purposely not a part of my content. She wants no part of internet drama or being made the subject of internet drama. That's why she's not here. If ever she changes her mind on that, she's always welcome. It's an open door policy, but that's up to her. Okay, let's continue. Thank you, Rusty, for the tip, by the way. This is fucked up. I seriously can't believe this is fucked. If this is true, what happened here?
Despite these payments, his credit rating was still incredibly low because instead of paying them directly, he was transferring money into his mother's bank account every month.
What?
Recognizing that his YouTube channel was likely not...
Wait, what? So he wasn't paying the mortgage directly, he was putting money into his mother's bank account, and that hurt his credit? How? That doesn't make any sense. Your credit is hurt when you have too much debt outstanding, or if you have a history of bad payments, like you didn't pay your payments. That makes no sense at all, that statement. That my credit's being hit because I'm giving money to my mother every month. That makes 0 sense. 0. So that I don't understand.
Worth pursuing much longer, he changed his focus to Twitch, choosing to rely on live streams more than videos.
Smart.
According to himself, in 2016, he would average anywhere between 250 to 400 viewers at a time.
So he did it a year before me. I did it in early 2017 during my Breath of the Wild playthrough, and he did it about a year before. We both realized that fucking YouTube was a sinking ship and to get the fuck out of there. All right. His score wasn't improving since he wasn't the one directly paying. She was. She wasn't making the payments with the money he was giving her. That doesn't have anything to do with his credit rating. What are you talking about? Paying a mortgage is a line of credit. No, it's not. Anyone could pay a mortgage. Are you saying the mortgage was in his name? That doesn't make sense. I'm so confused at this right now. Okay, here's how it works. When you take out a mortgage, it's under someone's name. It could either be you or it could be someone with a co-signer in which you share the responsibility for it. You're now legally required to make the payments. But you don't have to. Anyone can make the payments. Right now, Joe Schmo on the street can say, "Hey Phil, can I pay your mortgage?" and send a check to my mortgage company and say, "Apply it to this account," and they'll apply it. So he's saying he was giving money to his mother. His mother was paying the mortgage. Okay. And how does that affect the credit rating? It doesn't. Unless you're saying the mortgage was in his name. If that's the case, why is he giving money to his mother to pay it if it's in his name? He should be paying it. Why on earth would you give money to someone else to pay something you can pay directly online easily? And in addition to that, the second mortgage they just said his grandmother took out. You cannot take out a mortgage in someone else's name. So that means that second mortgage would not have been in his name, and that also wouldn't affect his credit. So I'm super duper confused about this. Knudsen meant his credit rating was improved by paying the mortgage because he wasn't paying it directly. That doesn't make sense either. None of this makes sense. Like I said,
However,
here's what's negative about your credit rating. If you're late on payments or you have too much debt, that's it. Or bankruptcy, which is my case. So that's 3 things that hurt a credit rating. That's it. You can improve your credit rating by having long-standing accounts that aren't credit cards, that are considered good accounts, like a mortgage or a car or something like that, or not having any of those negative factors. Okay? So if you're saying, the only way that you can say this, okay, the only thing that I can say to this is his credit sucks because he has no history. He has no mortgage in his name, no car in his name, nothing in his name besides maybe credit cards, in which case, yeah, then you will not have a good credit rating if all you have in your name is credit cards. That's true. So if what you're saying is, he was making these payments, but the mortgage wasn't in his name, and therefore he wasn't building his credit rating. So his credit rating sucked. If that's what we're saying, then I get it. But this makes it seem like he's giving money to his family, they're not paying the mortgage, and then he's getting slammed on his credit report, and that could never happen. Okay? So I wanted to clarify that because none of that made any sense to me coming from a financial background, and that's not the case. Like, I don't think that he was getting scammed by his family, like they weren't stealing his money and not paying. It just seems like maybe this is a different situation. It's kind of spun in a way that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Okay? Thank you, Thanos, for $1.50 tip. He says she took out a second and apparently third mortgage. She finally added him to the mortgage, so now they share ownership after he paid it off fully. This is very convoluted. Okay. All right. I think we've clarified the situation. Let's continue. He's on Twitch now.
He quickly gained a reputation for being aggressive and volatile, both towards those with whom he was playing and his own viewers, banning...
Well, I don't know anything about that. I wouldn't know anything about being aggressive or volatile to anyone on the internet. Everyone knows me as Mr. Smiley and Mr. Wonderful.
...people for minor...
Oh, by the way, shout out to... shout out to Celtic Craig Clan for a super chat. Appreciate that.
...fractions or saying things he disagreed with. One person from Reddit noted in 2017 that, quote, "When I left YouTube, he said he was going to lose weight, but he is fatter than ever. Not only that, but he is meaner than ever. He talks to his viewers like shit. One guy genuinely offered to teach him how to properly play Rainbow Six, which Wings was struggling at, and Wings told him, if you keep backseat gaming, I'm gonna fucking block you. Then he told a 36-month subscriber that he hopes their parents die in a car wreck because the kid beat him in a 1v1.
All right, hold on. The first comment I can understand, because if you're on a stream, you're genuinely trying to do good at a game, you feel like you could get good at a game, you're trying to learn it, and immediately someone's like, let me teach you, let me tell you this, let me tell you that. It could be obnoxious, especially when you're in the heat of the moment, you're already angry because you're getting your ass beat, right? And now someone's going to sit there and I'm going to tell you this and tell that. Shut up. Let me play the game for myself, and maybe later, if I need help, I'll ask for it, right? That is one thing that's a problem on the internet. If someone wants help, they'll ask for it, right? If I'm playing Elden Ring and I can't beat a boss and I'm stuck, help me. I'll ask for it. Don't just fucking flood me with solutions to shit right off the bat. Don't spoil, okay? So I can understand the first situation. The second situation here, he lost to a kid in a 1v1 and hoped that they died in a car wreck. That is inexcusable. But again, this is a Reddit post. Did this really happen? I don't know. Okay.
Keep in mind, this is a 30-year-old man.
I'm just trolling you, chill.
Whatever. I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck.
What the fuck? Okay, never mind. That didn't take very long. Wow. All right, that didn't take very long at all. Holy shit. Okay. Well, personally, many years ago, over a decade ago, I left a YouTube comment on someone's channel saying something like die in a fire or something like that. And I shouldn't have done that. It was kind of like a thing that people said when you didn't like people back then. And then people misconstrued it. Like, they were like, wow, you really want him to die in a fire? I was like, no. It was just like trying to be negative towards the guy. But I guess people, you know, holy shit. But, ouch. That was rough.
What?
On top of this, he
said,
seems very
"What?"
depressed now. He spends
Hold on, no. I want to hear that again.
the 36-month subscriber that
I wanna
he
hear that
hopes their
again.
parents die in a car wreck because the kid beat him in a 1v1. Keep in mind, this is a 30-year-old man.
I'm just trolling you, chill.
Whatever. I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck.
What?
On top of this, he seems
What?
very depressed now. He spends every stream just constantly bitching about how he doesn't get enough viewers to support his fat, lazy, degenerate lifestyle. It makes me feel unwanted as a fan. He also complains and gets very angry literally every time he dies. I've never heard Wings admit he got outplayed. It's always outside forces that cause him to die in-game, whether it be lag, OP weapons, bad teammates, etc. It's literally never his fault.
Well, that's just an awful way to game, and I can't believe anyone would ever blame an outside factor for their failure in any kind of a game, ever. Okay, obviously I'm being facetious. Everyone says that I do that all the time, and yes, I do. It's usually the heat of the moment, and then I will correct myself later. But yes, absolutely, yes, that sounds like me. I don't tell people to die in an automobile wreck, but I do blame everything under the sun besides me.
I even saw him throw a controller at his TV out of anger. Also, his shirt was dirty. It looked like he hadn't showered in 3 days, and he was greasy. I really hope he can find it within himself to get his life together. He also said that he had a gun in his hand, was considering killing himself because he wasn't getting the Twitch viewers he feels he deserves, and if he can't make a living off of video games, then he doesn't want to live. He legit said that shit. But soon, due to a quirk of YouTube's algorithm, he would again attract attention and viewership of an entirely different kind.
Oh, God, what's this going to be now? I have no idea. But anyway, an anonymous tipper tipped me $1.50 and said, do a reaction to Chris Chan Comprehensive History next. No. I'm not saying yes or no. We're not talking about the next project. We're talking about tonight. Okay, relax. Thank you, everyone, chilling with me tonight. We have over 550 viewers on the stream. Outstanding for a late stream for me. Over 200 likes. If you like the stream, please give it a like. It helps for engagement. Any kind of contribution tonight would be appreciated. In particular, tips. We're trying to hit tips goals here. If we raise $100 of tips on tonight's stream, you get this vote on a silly hat for me to wear for the rest of the stream. Thanks, guys. Okay.
Joke's on them. If they join one more time, I'm going back online, and I'm stacking a team up.
On November 16th, 2017, a YouTube user going by Sean Ranklin
Wait. Oh, no. This is... Okay, now I'm going to understand this reference. So this is October 2017. Sean Ranklin. Okay.
posted a video titled, "Wings of Redemption gets stream sniped and loses it." Up to this point, people had learned that they could annoy Jordy by joining his games and harassing him, much
Yep.
to the amusement of many
Me
of those
too.
watching. During one stream, he was apparently having difficulty controlling his temper, reacting more strongly than usual, and Sean Ranklin created a compilation showcasing this.
Come the fuck on, man. Real talk.
It's funny
Dude,
'cause I played
shut
all
the
these
fuck
games.
up, dude. You're a little kid.
Troll! Oh, no! That's the worst! That's the worst! That's the fucking worst. He's like, duping, trying to block your camera. It's the worst when it happens. It's so annoying. You just... The best way to handle it, you just pretend like it's not happening. If it won't stop, you quit the game. What are you going to do, right? Or play out the game so you don't get punished for it, for quitting, but it happens. You know, it's fucking sucks ass when it happens. That's why I'm happy the modern Call of Duties actually, after every match, pretty much reset your whole lobby. So it's almost impossible for someone to do this now because it's always a fresh lobby after each match. But damn, dude. Oh, so annoying. Yo, look, he's like weaving. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. And the worst part of this is he's a camper, so the guy will always be on him camping and ruining his camp. He's completely ruining his playstyle too. It's not like if he was a run and gunner, then he could probably outrun the guy. It's not a big deal. In this case, he's a camper, so it's completely ruining his game style on top of everything. Damn.
Webby, fucking leave, dude.
His name is Webby. He's gonna break his controller, isn't he? He's gonna snap it.
Like, if somebody could give me, like, their information, like their name, their address, the number, how I can get in contact with these guys, I would really like to know, because, like, I'm seriously considering suing them. No, they're joining through recent players.
Can't sue them.
Look here! Look, listen! Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. So stop giving fucking advice you know nothing about. I'm banning anybody trying to give me advice. Real talk.
All right. I've seen it. I've seen it in context, and I have something to say about it. But allow me to give a shout out to Philly Bats 1987 who did a super chat and says, "Haven't watched you in years. Big ups on the vid." Well, thank you, Philly Bats. Obviously, it's really stupid what he just said, but at the same time, I've completely 100% been there. When you are just trying to have a good time, to put out an entertaining product for a live audience. That's the worst, too, when it's a live audience. Because the difference between if you're doing an on-demand video and, oh, the video's ruined, I'll just fucking do another one. Big deal. But when you're doing it for a live audience, that shit is out there, right? You know what I'm saying? And obviously, it feels like a waste of your time, right? If you can't play your game. This has happened to me. And I'm in the heat of the moment. And then people were like, well, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Why don't you try this? And how about this? How about all of you shut the fuck up and let me get a cool head and let me try to realize what's going on and figure it out. Because by everyone hitting me from every fucking direction with suggestions and shit, all you're doing is you're making my brain get scrambled. I'm already heated, right? I'm already so pissed at what's going on online that there's no way I'm going to respond to you in a logical method. It's going to be anger and pure lava heat coming out of me, right? So I totally 100% understand where he's coming from. Now, in no situation is it okay to be insulting like that unless someone is actually trying to insult or attack you. I don't think, it sounds, again, I'm just going by what you're hearing. I'm not seeing the stream chat. It sounds like he's asking people, can you help me? I want to get these guys. They're fucking with me. And people are saying a bunch of shit that he already knows isn't going to work. And it's just extrapolating his anger. It's making, it's worse. And we're like big build, right? Big build. So what I can say is this. In this case, all right, although kind of, if this was out of context and I didn't understand the situation of being a content creator, trying to put on an entertaining stream for an audience of hundreds, having it being ruined by a bunch of shitheads somewhere in the world, hiding out some anonymous scumbag, right? And you feel helpless and you feel like there's nothing you can do to stop it. And now what do? Because now this is what you do. Your night is fucked, right? I can completely understand where the anger is coming from, 100%. And again, I don't think it's acceptable, but I've been there and I've done that. I've done shit just like that. I have 100%. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think that quote is funny now. Actually, now that I've seen it in context, I don't get any pleasure from that, laughing at that. I don't think that's to be laughed at. Like, that's a combination of pure white hot anger and disappointment and sadness that he wants to put out something meaningful to a viewing audience and he can't because these idiots found a way to ruin it and there's no immediate solution and everyone's flooding him with shit that's probably not helping. You know what I mean? Like almost like a know-it-all mentality. Well, you could just do this, you could just do that, you could just do this, you could just do that, do this, do that, to fix it. You see? What happens to me sometimes too is people yell at me, oh, now your stream's doing, what are you fucked up, Phil? How could you do this? Like, how's it my fault? Right? So actually, I actually don't think that's funny at all. At all. I think that's actually fucked up. I actually feel for Wings in this moment. He's done a lot of fucked up things in this documentary. This is one that I feel for him and I completely understand where he's coming from, how angry he is, because it's happened to me. It's fucked up when a lot of people pile on you when you're doing your best to try to put out something entertaining and you can't because someone's ruining it. And then you get anger in you and you got to let it out somehow. No, he shouldn't be lashing out at his audience, but I know why he did. And I actually literally don't think that's funny, man. I don't find that funny in any way. You guys are free to meme about it as much as you fucking want. Seriously. But that's not funny to me at all. That's a guy that's being tormented. Seriously. All right, shout out to Thanos for a $4.20 tip. Said, have you tried going offline? It doesn't do anything. It's ridiculous. Lord Shiogarach at me $1.50. He says, am I banned or allowed back in the chat? Actually, I don't even know. Dude, it's been so long, I don't even know. But I'm not going to answer you now when I'm doing a fucking video. Seriously. Gee, everyone, should I stop doing my first reaction content ever about this video to see it, look into this guy's ban? What do you guys think? Okay. Let's continue. Damn! Wait, what is that? Someone just subscribed when he slammed his controller, huh? Someone subscribed as he slammed it, or did he slam it and it made the pop-up happen? That was like perfect timing. He slams the controller and then a subscription notification pops up. Fuck! He punches his wall, makes a nice hole. I've been there too. In my youth, I did stupid shit like that. I haven't done that in many years. Cause there ain't no purpose in doing that. All you're doing is wrecking your own shit.
I give up. I don't know when I'll stream again. I really need to make this fucking money. I really wanted to get this fucking surgery, man. I wanted it so fucking bad.
Here's all the memes right now.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man. All I wanted to do was, like, I was fucking lonely. I wanted to just fucking stream and
yeah, see?
And have a good time, man. Have a good game.
See? Exactly what I said. Dude, and I didn't even watch this yet. That's exactly what I just said. All he wants to do is have a good game. All he wants to do is put on some entertainment for an audience. All he wants to do is what he's known for and make people happy and make it, you know what I mean? And these fucking pieces of fucking human feces fuck with him so bad and he can't do it. And now it's meaningful to him. He's trying to fucking raise money to get something that he thinks might save his life. And these people are taking that away from him. I don't understand how people can laugh at this. I'm not laughing at all. I'm about to fucking tear up. I'm pissed. I'm pissed and I'm sad. Of course, I probably would have turned the camera off if I was going to have a breakdown like this. But then again, I leave the camera on for all kinds of stuff, don't I? Anyway. Sorry, I was trying to bring some light to the situation.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
This video quickly went viral, and as of today, it has 1.4 million views. With the success of this first video, Sean would continue creating highlight videos of Jordy's streams, focusing on perceived faults in his character. The success of Sean Ranklin's channel encouraged similar compilation channels, and over the months, more and more would appear, combing through his...
So wait a minute. This didn't start for him until 2017? I didn't know that. You know, people have been making This Is How You Don't Play videos about me since, like, 2011, 2012. So I had it for, like, 5 fucking years before this, and then he started going viral for him. Damn, that sucks, but I thought it was longer standing than that. I actually didn't know that it was a more recent thing, you know? Huh.
His streams to find moments that they found particularly egregious or of entertainment value. References to these videos would begin to populate his stream chat, especially memorable phrases from Sean's first upload, such as "look here, look, listen," and variations on "ban anyone who tries to give me advice." He would audibly order his mods to ban anyone who used certain terms or said certain things, but these bans were easily circumvented with new accounts.
Oh, there's another one.
Look at that bullshit, dude. Fuck! I put so many hours into Rainbow Six, and all I've done is lose viewers. I lost 5 subscribers while playing Rainbow Six. 5. I was struggling to keep 150 views. I'm almost at 300 on a game I fucking hate. It's a game I fucking hate, dude. I detest this game. This game makes me hate fucking life. It really does.
That's why you're getting the
And
views, 'cause you're
motherfuckers
saying
that
stuff
come in
like
here
this.
just to watch this shit, I hate you too.
Wow.
I literally do.
That's why he's getting the
I
views.
wish you just wouldn't
because
show up
He's saying
so I didn't
extreme
have
shit.
to play this shit. So like it would just fail like Rainbow Six.
With pressure now coming from viewers looking to antagonize him, Jordy continued to lean more and more heavily onto the idea that some form of bariatric surgery would improve and even fix his life. On December 2nd, 2017, he posted a video to his channel to solicit opinions from his viewership. He noted that he was considering multiple kinds of surgery, but more importantly, he had yet to decide where he would receive it. If he chose America, it would cost in excess of $25,000, but if he went to the Mexico Bariatric Center,
Oh,
the
this is
total
where
cost
the
would be
meme
closer
comes
to
from.
$6,000. And
Oh, man. Mexico Bariatric Center? Like the entire country of Mexico Bariatric Center. That seems legit. Not like, you know, the name of a town or the name of a county or the name of or even like a company name. Just Mexico Bariatric Center. Doesn't seem very kosher to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Mexico. Now I know the meme, because the meme was always that he apparently would cross the border to get the surgery in Mexico, and everyone jokes about that too.
since his income had decreased significantly over the years, the latter was proving the more favorable.
Like the surgery scares me to shit. But like I'm at a point in my life where it's like I'm 31. I got nothing going for me other than like a Twitch and YouTube channel. And like I'm chronically unhappy with my entire life. And like I hate video games.
Wow.
Like there's no joy left in them. Like I do them, I've been doing them, I've had to play them for like 10 hours a day for 10 years. This is $3,995. I have that money now. I literally have that money now. Part of me gets excited thinking about it that by the summer of next year, I might not be a fat dude anymore. If I go this route, I could pursue things outside the house that I normally wouldn't do.
All right, but hold on. Again, now we got to go back to the previous part in this documentary where he was going to do this with his friends and he was going to do the, what was it called? The workout club. What did they call it? I already forgot what it was called. The painkiller rehab club or whatever the fuck it was. This only works if you have the support system in place to make sure that you're in an environment that you're not going to make it fail. yes, you can get the surgery, but you also need to be sure you don't have people around you doing unhealthy things like eating junk food and doing that. You have to have people supporting you, so you'll go exercise. You'll do the things to make it work. It can't just be, go get it, and then it's magic fix. It doesn't, there's no magic fix in life for this. You know what I mean? So, again, this is another situation where it was like, it seemed like, oh, we're going to have a quick fix. No, going to the rehab club isn't going to give you the quick fix. You need to have the support after to keep you in line so you don't gain the weight back. No, the gastric sleeve surgery will not work unless you have the support in place. And it seems to be he didn't have it the first time. So obviously he doesn't have it now. He's saying, I have nothing. You just said, I have nothing. But don't you live with your family? I have nothing. So to me, that said his family's not going to help him. No one's helping this guy. He's on his own. So it's almost like you're destined to fail. Like, I understand the situation. Like, he's like, I need to do something because my life is falling apart. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if there was ever a chance of this working. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Inertia the Rock Band did a super chat and says, this is positive and informative. Thanks for this. Earlier, Infiltrator had said Wings isn't like this anymore. He's now on extreme doses of drugs. Really? I wouldn't know about that either. I don't know about any of that stuff. I'm just going by the documentary, guys, all right? So let's get Inertia the Rock Band up here. Thank you for that. Oops, Inertian. Planet Inertia. Inertia the Rock Band. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. But yeah, like, again, I don't know what I'm destined to fail. Unless he has a support system here, he's destined to fail in this.
Better energy. I wouldn't be a slave to food. I wouldn't be a prisoner of my own body anymore. I might be able to find a loving relationship that will last and not people that will give up on me because I can't be as mobile or as active as a boyfriend needs to be.
Even so, the failure rate of the Mexican doctor was significantly higher than that of the American doctor. Soon, he began soliciting donations for the surgery during his streams in the event he chose to get it in America. As he floundered on which doctor to visit, the most dedicated among the new group of detractors would congregate in servers hosted on Discord with names such as Whale Watchers and Sean Ranklin fans.
These still
and
exist?
soon, at least one had in excess of 1,000 members. What was perhaps more remarkable was that when Jordy became aware of these Discord servers, he requested to join them so that he could have a discussion with their denizens.
Bad
and many
idea.
People eagerly obliged his request for
Very
conversation.
bad idea.
It appears that this meeting took place in early 2018, recorded and uploaded by Wingstings in a video edited to highlight what they found to be the most interesting parts.
You wouldn't make videos.
All right, hold on. Leo tipped me $1.50 and says, from this video, 2017, 2018 Wings reminds me of 2013 and 2014 you, in the terms of reacting from trolls and bait and getting bothered by people making fun of gameplay and stuff. He's 5 years behind. I mean, I agree with you. I completely agree that, like I said, I was being destroyed on the internet by this is how you don't play and stuff like that for many years, and that was earlier on. I was shocked to hear that this just started for him in 2017 because that had been hitting me for a long time before that. So, yeah. Now, this is the worst thing possible, all right? For anyone out there who's getting trolled, for anyone out there who's getting harassed by people online, I'm going to give you the best piece of advice I could give anyone on the internet. The best way to avoid further harassment is to ignore it. Not to create a space for it, not to address it, not to engage it, but to ignore it. Now, yes, there may be people who say, well, if you're ignoring all the things people say about you, they must be true. That's false. And the thing is, people who are believing that, they will never like you anyway, okay? They won't. Those are people who hate you, and they're going to say what they want about you anyway. Doing what he's doing right here and actually directly stepping into the lion's den, as you would call it, addressing the trolls, is the worst possible choice you can make because you're giving them the space they want to be heard. You're giving them the time. You're giving them the opportunity to say all kinds of shit. And it's just going to make you feel worse. As I said, it's called moving the goalpost. It doesn't matter what he says to them. He will always be in the wrong, and he will never be satisfactory to them whatsoever. It's a hate group, dude. It's a hate group that hates you. There's no reason to engage with them ever. This would be like me stepping onto Kiwi Farms and saying, hey, guys, let's have a powwow, guys. Yeah, this sounds like a great idea. Like, what am I, fucking stupid? Yeah, if I did that, I'd be incredibly fucking stupid. You stay away from it. I'm here. You do your own stuff. You stick to your own shit. Let them have their own toxic shit outside. Hey, 10 years down the line, maybe you get rich, you sue their asses off the internet, right? But you can't do this. This is the worst idea you could possibly do. I cannot imagine what just happened in this. We're about to find out, of course. I can't imagine what's about to happen. This is going to be the worst possible choice. Okay.
That just trash me unmercifully. You guys have kept me up crying so many nights. People said, videos being made.
This is
and
what
the
they
fact
want.
Is, like, you're going to hurt my chances to get a job later on in life.
And that's what they
Why
want.
do you feel the need to pick on me, though? Like, seriously, like,
Wings, I'll be brutally honest with you, right? The only reason that these channels exist is because you react.
Yep. Yep.
because I react, but I can't stop reacting. I'm never going to stop reacting. It's part of my personality. The
Then
fact
you're
is, like,
fucked.
how am I supposed to move on if you guys keep creating things?
Ignore it.
You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it, dude.
You can ignore it, you can.
We're just fans, man.
You can ignore it to some extent. It's absolutely true. You can't 100% ignore it. Like if someone actually comes up with something really messed up, like accusing you of a crime, accusing you of, you know, something that would I guess even be considered cancelable in the modern day. But then again, usually when people make those kind of accusations, they have to have receipts for it. It can't just be like, oh, he went out and he shot someone. Okay, where's the evidence? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? But in some cases, there have been times that I had to address it when it's something that directly affects me or my business. Like if my streams are getting fucked up because of trolling and stuff, obviously I have to tell you guys what's going on, right? If there's false copyright claims or whatever. Yeah, in general, you don't address it. In fact, just for a frame of reference here, okay? You guys probably know, no exaggeration, probably only about 1/3 of the things that have happened to me over the years that I've decided to publicly talk about. And some of it's because it's stuff that happens on my streams. I can't avoid showing you that. But there's been fucked up thing after fucked up thing after fucked up thing that people have done to me behind the scenes. That's like insane amounts of shit. And I'm not gonna, that's what I mean. I'm not gonna talk about it. If I mention any of it, all I'm doing is giving them the attention they want. And now that to them, they got the recognition, keep doing it. The person who he's talking to on this Discord is truthful in what they're saying, but also they're obviously hypocritical. They're on a fucking Discord that's there just to hate on the guy, right? So, the problem is, it sounds to me, that he just can't help it. He can't help himself, right? He even says it. That's my personality. I can't help it. That's bad, because all it's going to do is get worse and worse forever. It will never get better then, you know? And to some extent, listen, ignoring it, it's not necessarily going to get better, but at least what happens is now you have a following of people who still like you and like your content, and all those dumbass fringe groups can be sitting out there doing their own dumb shit and be separate from your content. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what's happened to me. I got my own streams. I got my own content. I'm good here. I got a fan base that supports me. There's always nonsense out there. There's always a conspiracy theory. There's always some horse shit being said about me, but I don't care. Because I don't address it, no one cares. Anyone here on my stream is having a good time. And then let them do their own shit. Let them have their circle jerking kumbaya streams and shit out there about how they hate me and everything. I don't care. Let them have their cults, you know. And that's what he needed to learn how to do. But instead, he's directly engaging. He's the worst possible thing. Oh, I bet it got way worse for him after this. I bet it did. Uzi Gohart to the $1.50 said, this is the best stream I think you've ever done. I think a lot of what you're saying here is valid. And while I'm still banned, I want to show my support. I didn't even know you were banned, but thank you. Leo to the $1.50 said, I think the reason why you in 2013 and Wings in 2017 reacted so similarly to the trolls when the trolling first started is because at the start you think you can sway them. When you get them to stop, you realize nothing pleases them, they can't be appeased. That is completely correct. That is 100% correct. When you get people that are acting like that, you're never going to do anything to win them back or change their minds. They're just there to see your misery. They don't even care if you're deserving of it at that point. They know they can get it. They know they can hurt you, so they just keep it up. Okay.
Just take the videos down. Just delete the channels.
Can't take this shit no more, man.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're a fucking asshole. You're an asshole. You realize that? You're making fun of an honest reaction, dude. I like you in real life. I really do. I would beat your fucking teeth in.
There we
I
go.
would beat your fucking teeth in, dude. I really would.
Threaten, man. Come on.
You
Helps
don't doubt
nothing.
that. What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do? Put your bitch ass in the kneecap. That's what I'd do.
Oh,
I'd
come on,
incapacitate you, and then I'd beat you with the fucking pistol grip until your teeth fell out your head.
Wow.
I hate you. Me so fucking much, dude. Like literally. Like I've done nothing to you guys. I've done literally zero to you. You're not helping me. You're motherfucker sitting online right now with like a picture of me with like tears on his face. You're sitting in a channel dedicated to me, Your whole YouTube channel is dedicated to me. You have a shrine of how much you worship me. All you do is...
In the end, little came of this meeting for Jordy
course.
besides further ridicule.
Sadly, he's right. He's absolutely right. It becomes a cult, a shrine to bringing down this particular person. There's no actual meaning behind it anymore. At one point, maybe there was, and then there ends up being nothing at all. Seriously. And, yeah. That's bad. I mean, I've been there. I know exactly how he feels, but I'm certainly not going to sit there and address the people doing it to me. They don't even deserve a breath out of my mouth, you know? Philly Bats did another super chat saying, who? I don't know who that is. I've never heard of June the King. He's uploaded a video I should react to. All right, please let's keep the suggestions for future content for later. Let's get through this video, okay?
Keemstar, I want nothing.
Oh shit, what happened?
New enemies, he would quite suddenly encounter an old one. During one of his live streams in early 2018, he noted, quote, I don't like Keemstar. I want nothing to do with him. If I had my way and I could will it, I wish he would get in a car wreck. I literally do. He's the only person I can think of right now that I wish would literally die.
Wow.
I'm dead serious. Like, if somebody deserved to die on this planet, Daniel King would be one of them. That's dead serious. Like, if you wanted to do Sharia law, Daniel King should be one of the first people to die and have his hands cut off. He's a despicable person, and that is word to your mother truth right there.
Shortly afterward, Keemstar would upload a video voicing his displeasure upon learning of this comment.
Yeah, seriously.
I laughed my ass off. And Blade laughed his ass off, and Overflow laughed his ass off.
Who the fuck are they?
And the more I thought about it, the laughter just turned into anger. I'm mad. Now, should I be mad? No. Wings is known for saying dumb, stupid shit and is never held accountable for his words. So, yeah, I shouldn't be mad, but I am. And the reason why I'm mad is because Wings said that I'm evil. I'm the most evil person that he's ever met. But then went on to say that I should die. He went on to say that I should die. You have 1 hour to agree with a fucking debate with me, or I'm taking this to Twitch staff, and they're going to decide whether or not it was a death threat or not.
See? And this is the problem. You can't say shit like that at all. You can't. You just can't, because now what you've done, you gave the person ammo, you see? It's one thing to criticize. Like, I hate this guy. Everyone knows that. I don't like this person at all. I've criticized him in this series. I've criticized him on my streams. I do not wish this guy harm or death. That's ridiculous. I just wish that he would stop profiting off of the suffering of others like he's done his whole career on YouTube. But I actually wish that he would reform and do something positive, something constructive for the world, because he has talent. If he didn't have talent and charisma, he wouldn't be popular. The problem is he could redirect his talent and charisma towards something positive that could help people. And instead, he spent the greater part of 10, 15 years tearing people down in order to actually get popular. You see what I'm saying? But I would never wish harm on someone like that. I actually want him to get better. You know what I'm saying? I want him to improve. I would feel that anyone has a chance to turn around and do something better for themselves. Whether it's just their behavior, whether it's their, whatever it is. And I feel that this guy could actually become a good guy in the long run. I think he has the potential to do it. I think that he has to mature a lot to realize what he's done was so harmful, okay? But yeah, like I say, that what Wings did here is completely in the wrong. And what ends up happening is when you do shit like that, he lost his cool again, he says whatever he wants, and now this put the power in the hands of the Keemstar because he made this threat, and now Keemstar can basically hold him by the balls. And it sounds like that's what he's about to do.
I'm not playing any games.
The two would confront each other once again in a live stream, during which they would attack and insult each other, enumerating how each of them had somehow wronged the other or had committed morally reprehensible actions over the years. But this time, where Jordy once had been in a position of power, he was now much weaker in terms of influence.
This is the opposite situation from earlier in the documentary, where Wings was very popular on YouTube and Keemstar was the up-and-comer. Now it's the opposite. Now Keemstar has extrapolated, blown up exponentially, and he's just some, guy made fun of on the internet, and now he's going to appear in his content again. Terrible that this happened, because this is 100% hurting him, and he really had to do it, because if he didn't, he might have gotten banned from Twitch. He was forced into this situation. Again, what kind of a person would do that? Do you think Keemstar's a good person? He forces someone into a situation he knows will hurt them just because they said something that Keemstar knows Wings is not going to murder him. Okay? He knows that. It's bullshit. He knows he's just angry and he's going to say whatever he wants. He even said it in that statement. He just says things that he's not held accountable for, but he knows it's not truthful what he's saying. So why are you going to pull this guy into drama? He already know he's messed up in the head. Again, personal benefit. He knew he would get views. He knew he would get personal benefit from doing this. That's why this is all aired out, and he forced his hand to do it. He probably didn't want to be involved in it, and he's forced to be involved in it because if not, he'd get banned from Twitch for what he did. Okay? Because if he really felt what he did was wrong, just report him, right? Just report him then. Oh, what you did was wrong. Report him. He should be held accountable. Now, oh, well, instead of reporting him, let me twist this into personal gain for myself. How can I twist and make profit off of this? That's how his mind works. Seriously. Everything in his mind is turning around money. He's seeing the big doubloons in his head, you know, big shiny gold rotating. Ooh, where's the money in this situation? Bambi Killer did a $2 tip. He said, this is the best commentary you've ever done. Frankly, this is eye-opening. Well spoken. Well, thank you for that. Chris Bott did a $1.50 tip. He says, take my money or I'm going to shit my pants. I guess I'll take your money to save you an accident. And Mr. Puppy Nipples did a $1.50 tip. He says, do you think if you ignored trolls from 2013 to 16 and engaged with your trolls, your life would be different? I think there's many different things that I could have done different, but there's no way to prove anything. All it is supposition, speculation. There's no way to actually know that anything would have come out different. All we can do is guess, which is a waste of time. We're in 2022. We're not back then, so why guess about the past? The past is the past. You learn from it. You move on. You don't just sit here speculating endlessly. That's my philosophy. All right, it's time to split the video. Next part should be the last part, I think. All right.